Kitty of Liberty and Dancer Cat. Two cats that feel completely different not only in their rarities, but also their niches and usage wise. But this couldn't be further from what's true. They're both powerful, high damage dealing, single knockback mid-rangers, meaning that they actually fall under the same hyper niche of being suicide mid-rangers. Usually suicide mid-rangers are ones with alright HP but one knockback and high damage to compensate. Kitty and Dancer are pretty much the only cats that I can think of that fall under this strange rare niche. So today I want to formally compare the two as they're two of my favorite cats ever, and I basically always bring them into stages if I need some range as they're useful in a wide variety of scenarios. For clarification's sake, I'll be comparing the two cats when they're at level 40 and Dancer will have the necessary talents, those being wave immunity and max attack up. I've already done all the necessary math almost 2 years ago in order to know these stats. Yes, I mean it when I say almost 2 years ago. I used to make Battle Cats videos on a bigger channel until I switched, but onto the main video. Liberty stats. I'm not sure if many people know this, but Liberty has incredible stats. At level 40 she has 6.19k DPS, 23k HP, and 320 range, which is 80 less than King Dragon. On top of this, she attacks frequently and is easily stackable thanks to her low cooldown of 9 seconds and her low cost of 825C. It's likely that you're gonna have a few of these guys out on the field, all doing 6.19k DPS on a few enemies. And I say a few not because she has area attack, but because she doesn't. So more likely than not, she's not gonna be the one clearing out your peons and attacking the boss at the same time. Of course, her aforementioned one knockback is integral to how she functions, as it's both good and bad at the same time. One knockback means that Kitty is highly likely to at least get one hit in, which would be 23.1k damage since an enemy would have to shred her 23.1k HP first before they can kill her. But a guaranteed hit comes at the downside of her not being able to reposition at all unless an enemy has a knockback ability. Against her targeted type, which are starred aliens with shields, she's great because she has a 100% chance to break shields and of course the previously mentioned high DPS and fine HP. She's definitely gonna get within whatever range of an alien and destroy that shield while doing solid damage. Dancer. Dancer by this point has to be well known as a powerful cat. At level 40 with max attack up talents, his damage is 35,640, his DPS is 6,845, and he has area attack. On any stage this is powerful, and his range of 330 and his HP of 19,800 with a single knockback means that he's probably gonna die, but he'll still get that powerful strike off. As even up until early Uncanny Legends, he still is important to me for crippling the front line. He costs 2,250C and has a cooldown of 19 seconds, so he's not as stackable as Liberty. But he's way more of a focused suicide nuker slash mid-ranger once you buff him. With wave immunity, it means that you can of course bring him into a wave focused stages, and he'll perform well as he won't take any damage from waves. Laying it all out, you might have noticed some overlap with these two. They both have similar DPS, similar range, and they only differ slightly in niche. But in the end, they're both amazing cats and it's difficult to choose a better one. Liberty versus Dancer. Dancer is more difficult to get due to his longer cooldown and higher cost in comparison to Liberty's better cooldown and cost. Dancer's main edge on Liberty is his higher burst damage and his area attack, but it's far less consistent than the single attacking stack you could quickly create with Kitty, which will have very high DPS for the low cost and alright range. I mean, just one Liberty already does 6.1k DPS, so imagine 2 or 3. That's 12k DPS on one enemy if you have 2, and 18k DPS if you just have 3. Dancer's DPS isn't that much higher than Liberty's, so as the battle goes on, they're gonna do a similar amount of damage anyway, and for longer fights, this is what matters more. This is why I believe Kitty's better in most general circumstances than Dancer, and outside of battle, you have to spend a lot of NP on Dancer for him to even have those stats. How much is a lot, you may be asking? Well, 125 NP for a max attack buff and 75 NP for immunity to waves. That's a total of 200 NP. It's worth it, but that's still a far larger investment in comparison to Kitty, where you just have to get 10 super rare cat's eyes and some XP. But I still believe that what Dancer has over Liberty is still very important. Unlike Kitty, who could be overcome by peon spam, Dancer's area attack would absolutely eradicate peons while hitting whatever bigger enemy you have to fight. Plus his wave immunity allows him to be viable in wave heavy stages, and the same can be said for if you invest into his freeze talent so that he can get in and hurt enemies like Henry easily. On top of this, he still has one knockback with 19.8k HP, so it's more likely than not that he's gonna get in and deal with that big 35k hit in an area and then die. If your cats are being pushed, then these damage and factors he has could change a battle to be in your favor. We also can't forget the fact that he's a special cat, so he's usable in more restriction stages like 4-star difficulty. Investing in a surge talent has helped me many times as well, and although the chance is low for it to appear, it'll always appear outside of Dancer's attack range and deal massive damage to the possible back. Dancer has many things over Liberty, and Liberty has many things over Dancer, and how they're used can be very similar, and whichever one is better depends on who's playing. So I personally believe that Liberty is better for most circumstances. You don't have to invest in her talents for her to be great, she has comparable DPS to Dancer, and in most circumstances, it's fine to get a quick 23.1k damage hit for 825C over a 35k hit for 2250C. You may find Dancer to be a better cat, or you may agree, but certainly leave your opinions on this matter in the comments. Math and conclusion. If you want to get even more nerdy than we already were previously, then read the description, if I didn't forget to put the calculations down. For a future video, I'll be teaching everyone how to calculate stats in Battle Cats, and in case I'm wrong, then please correct me so I can make better, more accurate videos. Ending off with a verse that I like, Mark 16:8. Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone because they were afraid. In very old versions of the Bible, the Gospel of Mark ended here, and according to that specific Gospel, nobody knew that Jesus rose again. Super creepy, but anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and have a good day everyone.